What's up? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Positive Chef here, John here, trying to do some episode 2 for you. This one, we're going to try to address some things, mostly focusing on attitudes in the kitchen. It could be also attitude at work. It's kind of, it doesn't have to be just food and beverage, service industry. You can take it for really any industry or any career or job pretty much out there, but really kind of addressing some attitude things and attitudes and outlooks. This one's kind of just touching on a few things, attitudes and outlooks at work. And yeah, it can be related to a lot of different job fields and career fields, but especially in the kitchen, we encounter a lot of different attitudes, a lot of different people, a lot of different characters. We have we just run into so many different types of people in the kitchens. um and we kind of, for me, it's been a lot of I'm a positive person. I'm a pretty positive person at work, and what I like to focus on is I like to help other people at work. I like to do my job and do my objectives, but also reach over here and help this person next to me, and reach over here and help this person a little bit as well. So I'm not only covering my ground and my objectives, but I'm reaching a little bit into the people around me as well to make sure everything gets handled, everything gets touched on, and that we're all just moving forward together as a team towards victory, and nothing gets overlooked and there's no gray areas. But it happens, especially in service industry. For instance, we have the gray areas sometimes. Maybe you don't have a dishwasher. Maybe it's kind of one of those places where everybody does dishes, and we all tend to dishes. Now, that is a very weird situation. If you have two or three people in the kitchen, nobody's assigned to do dishes. So you have a lot of people avoiding to do dish. I'm telling you right now, if you want to be the winner in the kitchen, if you want to set the example, don't worry about what you're getting paid. I recommend clocking in, putting on your apron, and just driving forward. Be the driving force and set the tone and the pace in your work environment, in the kitchen, in the office, whatever it is. Be a leader. You can absolutely put your head down and, what do you want me to do next? What do you want me to do next? Or you can just kind of take some initiative and take responsibility and push forward, move forward, and be that person that's just kind of, moving with purpose and having energy and attention and pushing forward. None of that. It's not my job. A lot of people try to get by with minimal. They just want to do like their job, saying things like, that's not my job. It's not a very team mentality at all. It's not a very positive way to address work at all. Basically, if it needs done, get it done. If it's going to help the team move forward, if it's going to help your crew and your team handle business, get it done. Don't set up borders for yourself. Don't put yourself in a box, and don't limit yourself. Just go above and beyond, and whatever needs done, do it. And commit to it. Commit to your projects, and label and date things legibly, clearly. Try to focus on being NCO, man. NCO. Neat, clean, organized. And just be clean, be organized, and do everything just apply yourself and engage yourself and just do a good job. Whatever it is that you're doing, man. It doesn't matter if you're washing dishes or prepping or cooking, whatever the case, man. Do a good job. Make things look nice, make things look shiny and fresh and just beautiful, man. Put energy into things. This is about wanting to be a good worker and leaving your mark in the day, man. Leaving your mark, being a positively influencing your environment. That's really the best takeaway is whatever you're doing at work, whatever your job is, bring people up around you, respect people around you, be friendly to people around you, customer service, have some kind of have some pride, and want to do a good job, and make sure, you're leaving it in a better condition than it was before you got there. Make sure you're leaving it in good condition, and make sure people know that you were there, man. You know, um, leave your mark. Leave your mark. That's what I'm saying. And think about the next person in line and create order. Create order and bring order into your day and into your environment. Bring order into your environment. And focus on doing a good job, man. It's it doesn't matter what you're doing or how much you're getting paid. Just have some pride. Realize we're on this earth briefly and once to our knowledge, and do a good job, I don't think it has much to do with if you're one of these people that's just trying to get your paycheck. That's cool, but if you really want to be somebody special, and if you really want to have work ethic, care about your performance first, and care about influencing things in a positive way first, and then money is second. And honestly, if you can work on these adjustments and these outlooks and approaching work in a positive manner, and think of work as a way to apply yourself, grow and develop, become more professional, become more well-rounded. If you can look at work like that, and in a positive manner, then you're going to start to become excited to go to work. Then you're going to start to look at work as something you get to do, not something you have to do, or something you get to get involved, and you get to go and make the community run a little smoother. You get to put in, you get to get involved. And at the end of the day, it's great to make yourself useful to your community and to reality. And just get engaged, man. It's about getting engaged and learning as much as you can. It's a big thing with the attitudes at work. People don't really respect one another at work sometimes. Sometimes it's so stressful and go, 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 and tickets are pouring in. People are running out of food. Nobody's had a break. Nobody's eaten. Nobody's had a cigarette. So they're all kind of freaking out. Their attitudes are just going down the drain, and they're depleted of energy, depleted of positive everything. They're losing it, man. Morale is low. There's times when it gets like that, especially Friday, Saturday nights, or it can get stressful and intense. And when it gets like that, I really advise you just to kind of focus on the food and your team. Focus on being safe. Focus on putting out good, beautiful product. Fresh, beautiful product. Respecting the people around you. Don't ever lose it on your teammates and your fellow employees, man. Respect each other from start to finish. I promise you, if you focus on being professional, respecting people around you, caring about your work and the product the customer receives, You cannot lose. You cannot lose if you respect everybody from start to finish and care about the product you put out. As long as you care about your team and the people around you, and you care about the end result and the customer. That's why you're there. You're there for the customer. Somebody's, somebody's trying to come to your establishment and have a good time and give you guys money and keep your doors open to your business open and keep your paycheck coming in. You're going to take the paycheck, do the work. And again, it's like, your time is valuable, man. Like life is short, and you're trading your time for, for a wage, for an hourly wage, usually without any tips, and usually without a shift meal. So you're getting, you're not getting much in service industry, in food and beverage. You're not getting much, but you can give a lot. And if you focus on, helping people around you, it gets less stressful and it can be way more rewarding if you just care about bringing people up around you and putting out good quality product and, making people around you have a less stressful time at work. They're going to look forward to coming in. They're going to look forward to working with you. If you care about doing your workload, but also theirs, if they know that if they have too much on their plate, you're there and you can take a little bit off their plate and you can help them. And that just goes so far, man. And it's just so awesome. And you can start to build camaraderie and you can start to build trust and build relationships with the people you work with. And once they realize that, wow, this guy's working with me today, oh, this guy goes above and beyond. He's going to stay late. He's going to come in early. And I'm not going to drown because this guy's here and he cares. He cares about us having a joyful time at work and a pleasant time at work. Because we're all humans, man, and you need to bring that respect and into work. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are struggling with at home or outside of work. But it is a very powerful technique and a very powerful skill to be able to come into work and leave all your outside stuff, all your life stuff, the news, your bills, your relationships. It's very, very important to leave that shit outside and come into work, clock in, and focus and just be productive. Focus on being productive. Focus on getting the job done, and just focus on helping people around you also be productive and also learn and grow. You teach these people around you to grow and learn and teach them to focus a little bit more on being more professional and more skillful and more considerate of others. They're going to really enjoy working with you. And your boss is going to see this. These are the types of things they look for when they give people raises. And, when they give you your review, they're going to look at stuff like that. It's just amazing what you can do if you focus on the proper things at work. You focus on learning and you focus on helping people. Don't go in and think, I'm going to try to get by with minimal today. I'm going to try to have an easy day. That's not a winning attitude. Those are not what successful people do when they go to work. Successful people, when they go to work, they are productive and they think about the team and getting things done and getting the job done. and maybe going above and beyond. And yeah, like I said, doing other people's jobs, doing other people's work. There's a line, of course, but don't be afraid to do your work and a little extra. Expect to do extra. Expect to go above and beyond every day. And you'll life's life's just going to get better if you can somehow make life at work more enjoyable and more pleasant and less stressful. Wow, it's going to affect your entire life. If you can work on things though, like you don't want to wake up and dread going to work. You don't want to wake up and be so bummed out and sad and get knots in your stomach and get depressed because you have to go to work. You should be excited. You should be focusing on learning every day. What am I going to learn today? Focus on learning as much as possible. Focus on learning new knife techniques, new ways to use a knife, new ways to cut a vegetable, new ways to cook meat, new ways to saute, and learn something new about product, learn something new about the food. This industry is always giving information and knowledge if you're looking for it, and if you're open and seeking it, it's always giving. The food and beverage scene, especially food, and in the kitchen, the culinary scene, it's so beautiful because you can trace it back to the earth, and the earth is giving us some wonderful product to use. The earth is providing us with amazing ingredients. And if you have that relationship with the earth and the ingredients, like, food is just such an amazing thing after that. And you develop a real appreciation for the food, where it comes from, and what it does for us. Especially if you have starved before. If you've starved before and gone days without eating, maybe you've been so broke and in troubled times, and just you're working, you're sweating, you're burning off all of your nutrition, you're burning off everything. Oh man. And you don't get to eat and replace that nutrition within your body. Things start to happen. You start to get really worked up. You start to feel really weak and tired and anxious and depressed and bummed out. You feel very unhealthy if you're not intaking proper food and nutrition. So food goes deeper than just flipping burgers and giving people cheeseburgers and fries. It goes a lot deeper, but you have to, maybe to an uneducated person, yeah, it's an $8 an hour job and you're giving people fries and cheeseburgers. But if you actually use your brain and your heart and your soul, and you actually care, and you approach it professionally and approach it with gratitude, there's so much to learn, and it's always giving if you're open and seeking that knowledge and seeking to grow. There's always something new to learn. And it's just it's such a beautiful thing, man. If you've gone and you've starved before, it's like you really appreciate that meal. You really appreciate a good meal, especially if you've been so hungry that you're laying in bed and you can't sleep because you're so hungry. You're shaking around in bed and you're tossing and turning because you're so hungry, and you just keep dreaming about food, and you're just thinking about food all night and you're starving. And then you didn't sleep good. You didn't sleep all night. Oh my God. And it just really makes you appreciate a good meal, and it makes you appreciate having food in your stomach and food in your house. It's so important. And just, waking up at 4 a.m. because you're hungry, it's a terrible thing, but it's very, very important too to be there. I mean, I think some people will go through life without ever being hungry, without ever truly being, without ever truly starving, you know? A lot of people won't ever have to care, won't ever have to worry about where their next meal is coming from. A lot of people are lucky and will have to worry about where their meal is coming from. They will have to go and work hard and get themselves a meal. That's a good, hard fought meal. Oh man, you put in your 7 hours and you have a nice meal, starch, veggies, protein, a nice piece of beef, a nice steak, some mashed potatoes, and some asparagus or some Brussels and some, wow, a starch, veg, protein dish, a nice entree, a nice complete meal after working. Oh, wow, it is so amazing, and it makes you really appreciate what you're doing. And it really makes you appreciate having a good solid meal and working hard. Those two things are very amazing, and they're small things. And we have so much of that sometimes. We take it for granted so often. Food and working. Like, a good job is amazing, and you need to have pride. Have pride when you have a nice, good job where you're able to go in there and apply yourself and interact with people. You're able to become a better person by working hard. You're able to go in, start to use your voice. You're able to, you're communicating with people. You're kind of raising your voice at times. You're yelling, you're commanding, you're communicating, you're thinking, you're timing things out. You're hustling. It's a wonderful thing, and it really helps for self-development, and it can really take you from low places, and it can take you from not having any hope and not feeling good about yourself or where you are in life. The kitchen, that is very hard work, and it's a very awesome job that teaches humility. Humility. And, it'll also teach you how important hard work is. And, communicating and having a good team and relying on each other and, just being there for each other to make things happen and make things easier and smoother, less painful and less stressful. And it's a very amazing, rewarding job at the end of it all. It's very stressful though, but it's very rewarding, and it can build you up and make you a better, stronger, more professional person. It really can help you with people skills and work ethic and just problem solving, learning to problem solve on the fly, and creating order in a chaotic environment. And that's what it's about, man, is creating order out of all this chaos that's happening in the kitchen. But yeah, I mean, I hope this helps some people focus. Like I said, that's just the main thing. If you can focus on respecting people around you, putting out good quality food, care about the customer's satisfaction, and having a sense of urgency, caring about putting the food out in a timely manner without sacrificing standards. It's amazing, and it's wonderful, and it'll teach you to hustle and work hard and sweat. And it's just an amazing thing. It can really help you feel good about yourself. And be positive, man. Go into work and be positive, because the person with the negative attitude is going to be exposed. The nicer, the more positive you are, and the more focused you are on working, the more childish they're going to seem, and the more they're going to get behind. Honestly, if they're focusing on drama and chit-chatting and stirring things up and talking about each other behind their backs, and you're focused on working instead of saying a comeback, or instead of ripping on them in front of everybody. If you're focused on getting 3 times, 4 times the amount they are getting, if the cream will rise to the top. And if you just focus on your work and being productive and pushing forward, they're going to be left in the dust, and it's going to expose them, and they will be exposed for the weak, negative person that they are. I love you so much. I appreciate you. I believe in you. Cook with confidence and go change your environment at work. Lift people up, help people around you be better, and help yourself in turn. And absorb knowledge, absorb all you can. Remember, the only person that you should be competing with is who you were yesterday. I love you. Have fun.